Number 9, discussion with possible action on resolving an inventory question on a camera belonging to the sheriff's office. This was brought to my attention by the auditor the other day, that this camera, and we need to make what I told him up there was I was going to come to a resolution on this camera and get this either transferred to Commissioner Thacker or get it back to the sheriff's office. So,
do you have a purchase order that shows where the sheriff's office bought it?
It's on their inventory. The way I understand it. Somebody from the sheriff's office want to talk about that?
I'll be glad to. As far as that game camera, obviously it was in our possession when we placed it on leased property. Mr. Thacker had his lease in Inola as part of an investigation.
So it was an investigation?
Certainly was an
Do you
investigation.
have a warrant for that?
No, sir. I don't need one.
Okay.
And if you want to argue these legal arguments, we'll get the
We're not
judge
going to get into
involved.
that. We're not going to get into that. All I'm doing is,
might.
no, not in here, we're not.
We might.
No. The camera, all I want to know is the camera on your inventory?
Yes.
The camera is on our inventory.
It's not on the inventory?
You're saying it's not, I'm saying it is.
Yeah, on fiscal year 10 and 11, purchase order 101888 was made out to Smart Scouter Cellular Surveillance. That purchase order was canceled on 11/9 of 11. Then there was a purchase order number 106306, service for camera, and that was canceled. I can't find a single purchase order that says the sheriff's department actually bought it.
Okay, I don't know where you think it come from. We didn't go to Walmart and boost it, so we have the camera, we put it out there, and if we got a little time to do the research on that, we'll come up with whatever documentation we need for that.
Okay, Mr. Sappington, is the camera on your inventory?
Far I understand, yes. We have 2 of them. They're exact duplicates. We have another one over there right now. And I believe on a flap it says Property Rogers County Sheriff's Office returned to information.
Not the one I have. And there's no purchase order. So how could the sheriff's office buy a camera with no purchase order and then get a service for that camera that would transmit images without it belonging to the sheriff's office? Now, it is registered to the sheriff's office, but in the purchase order system, I can't find a single purchase order that says you own it.
I'll find the purchase order, I guess, then. We own it. I mean, I don't know when we purchased it, probably 2007, 2008. It's been some time ago, so I don't know when you're looking for it.
And I know that you've been paying for a service to transmit those images when in fact you didn't have the camera.
Did you have it?
Exactly, because it was placed on private property where it's clearly marked no trespassing.
There was no violations of any
Well,
law.
we'll let the court figure that out.
I hope they do.
And clear violation of the 4th Amendment of the Constitution, illegal search. But if there is a purchase order that comes back from 07, we just hadn't been able to find it. But if you want the camera, now that it's public, I'll be happy to return it to you. It's in good shape. When would you like it?
Whenever you're ready to turn it over.
Okay, I'll bring it with me and I'll leave it here in the commissioner's office or bring it down to your office or whatever you desire.
And I would like to see make sure that you do have a purchase order for it, and if it's on your inventory.
I can't find it on the inventory either.
Okay.
So if it's theirs and it's not on the inventory, then and it's over $500, seems to be the same thing the state auditor has said about other offices.
I don't even know what those things cost. I have no idea.
This is a nice one. It's a really nice one.
Okay.
$700, $800 maybe.
Just look for the purchase order and make sure see if it's on your inventory. I'm going to make a motion to table this for 1 week and bring it back up next week, to make sure everything's here.
Please do that.
All right. That's a motion.
Second.
Mr. Lozier?
Aye.
Helm?
Aye.
Thacker?
Aye. Yes, ma'am.
I hope to ask some questions of the sheriff's office, but they're gone. So I'll just ask my other questions and I'll follow up with them. Regarding the game camera.
Yes, the surveillance camera.
Yes, the surveillance camera.
Yes.
If you wouldn't mind, Commissioner Thacker, could you explain, if you could, what that related to, and what happened to that camera?
I found out today it was used in an investigation.
Was that investigation tied to the auditor's finding about your work on
It
private
was
property?
actually tied, the auditor's finding was actually tied to the OSBI finding that was already investigated, and where District Attorney Eddie Wyatt from Ottawa County had stated there were no criminal activities, no unethical activities, and I believe he said it was politically motivated allegations, his words, not mine. So, does it relate to that particular issue? The one that I asked you to report on 3 or 4 different times, and you said it wasn't really news and it was behind us, and
That's not,
the issue. Yes,
That's
that
not-
is the camera. Well, I just want to
okay.
be specific.
but that's not true, Kurt, and you know it,
That is
so.
true.
No, it's not.
Actually, on,
That is not true.
Dates, because I wrote it down.
Okay, let's move on.
But it does relate to that issue,
Okay.
yes.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all I have.
Anything, anybody else? Okay, item 23.